What y'all niggas doing out here? What y'all niggas doing out here but a bunch of unnecessary shit? Unnecessary, come on. If it don't apply, let it fly. But if you triggered, you're triggered. And check your shit. Check yourself. Y'all niggas got the sisters out here hurting. The seasonal dope bitches where when we was younger they said if you know better, you do better. And the sisters doing a hell of a lot better because they have learned. And it seems like y'all niggas ain't learned much. So I'm here to help you because I love all my people. And I just want y'all to have some type of understanding how not to do unnecessary shit. Y'all niggas out here lying. Why? You ain't got the lie. As you can see, you get caught in the lie and the bitch still fuck with you. So why you lie from the first place? If a woman gonna fuck with you, she gonna fuck with you regardless. So be honest about shit. If you got somebody, relationship, marriage, I don't condone that. I don't want nobody's husband, but then maybe that's why you lie. Because women that live in the truth ain't gonna go along with that bullshit lie you're telling. So you have to lie in order to get your way. Lying is what serves you. But in the end, now multiple people end up getting hurt, and you done set up some karma for yourself where ain't nothing good or nothing right gonna work out for you or work out in your favor. Or there's a debt that you need to pay to the universe for the hurt that you caused someone who ain't never did nothing to you to begin with. And you wonder why your motherfucking life is in shambles. Or why the shit ain't coming together the way you had it planned. Because any other time it may have worked, but it ain't working this time. I know common sense ain't so common. So I'ma ask y'all niggas to think. Think for a minute now. What qualifies you to be a leader? What qualifies you to automatically have a woman be submissive to you? Is it solely because your gender is male? Because the state of the world is chaotic, ran by leaders who are majority men. So why should the woman be submissive to you? Because you're legally the head of household? Well, I'm going to stop asking questions and I'm just going to give you the answer. Because I don't want to know your fucking reason. Because every reason I've heard equates to an excuse to me. I don't want to hear that shit. Me, personally, I can't speak for every woman. But submission is not problematic for most women. Unless you are not providing the environment in which a woman can be submissive. Let me break that down for you. Submission usually comes not as a reward for you being a man. Submission usually comes because you have set up such a loving and thriving environment for your significant other that in her blooming and in her flourishing who she is, because you have dedicated and offered such a space for her to be able to do so. Submission is second nature. Submission is, he have done so much for me and set up this beautiful space for me to thrive in my womanhood, that whatever he want and need from me, he shall have. Submission is not you adulting and expecting some type of reward from your significant other for being a fucking adult or for being a fucking man. Submission is not you giving demands to your significant other and being annoyed when she doesn't comply with your list of demands. Why should you be a fucking leader? Why can't the leadership be her? Or why can't the leadership be both of y'all together? What qualifies you to be a better leader over her or with her? Don't tell me no bullshit about divine order, because I don't think divine order is bullshit. I think that you result into some type of religious or spiritual outlines or guidelines is bullshit. Because that is the issue with religion right now. Everybody picks and chooses pieces that they feel is fitting for their life. They only want to take the pieces that work for them. They want to dismantle the pieces that don't. So you should be the leader because you're the male in the relationship. But your leadership has gotten the situationship or the relationship no motherfucking where. You are basically still in the same space as when the relationship started. There has been no growth on your behalf. And the threat of her growing fucks with your breathing. So you do what you feel is necessary to stop her from growing because you don't want her to feel ahead of you. You don't want the flower to bloom. You don't want the flower to grow. You don't want to cultivate it. This is why you say, okay, well, you reason with yourself and you say, you know, if she grows, she may grow away from me. If she grow, she may grow past me. And I'm just trying to understand, where did we ever get to the motherfucking part where you decide to bring someone down because you feel like they have the potential to be higher than you? It does not ever cross your motherfucking mind to uplift yourself, to meet the woman where she is, to meet your queen where she is. Uplift yourself and do what you need to do. It is a partnership. It is a partnership. So in areas where you may be lacking, she may be able to assist you, guide you, put you on the right path or point you in the right direction. But no, you don't want that. You don't want that because it challenges your manhood to listen, to pay attention, to be guided by your woman. It makes you less of a man. So you either want to bring her down, or the relationship is now stifling and suffocating. There's no growth potential there because you feel comfortable in a space where either relationship is going to stay stagnant unless you grow first. Because what makes you feel better as a man is you have to be in charge of everything. Then there's some of you motherfuckers who have nothing absolutely nothing to contribute to the relationship. Absolutely nothing. Financially, emotionally, spiritually. Your only contribution to the relationship is physically. That's either dick or motherfucking fist. And yeah, a lot of y'all niggas get in the habit of smacking y'all bitches around. And a lot of men are so motherfucking turned off by a woman that's standing in her power because she is standing in her power. It actually turns you off. That you don't no longer want to contribute when a woman is in her place and space of knowing who she is, knowing how to contribute to the relationship, standing up for herself, not allowing you any type of bullshit. That shit bothers you. I call this the R. Kelly syndrome. R. Kelly was with young girls, underage girls. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. A lot of y'all motherfuckers have that syndrome. You don't want to be with a woman that's fully developed even in her mind. You want the body of a woman, but the mind of a little girl, of a child. You want to be respected. You don't want to reciprocate. You want to be loved and understood. You don't want to reciprocate. You want to be valued, but you don't want to reciprocate. You want to have your way all the time, but you don't want to reciprocate. And I'm just trying to understand, how is she even supposed to keep fucking you if you're not doing anything to reciprocate? You feel like dick is enough. It might be for them little young-minded ass girls, but it ain't enough for no grown-ass woman. Grown women need reciprocated energy. The same energy that we are expected of, we want in return. Why the fuck not? Who deemed you the type of human? Let me not even go gender roles now. What type of human does not want to reciprocate what is given? I'm just trying to understand this shit, because you know what, I see a lot in our culture. I see a lot of men dictating to women how to be women, and I know motherfucking well that ain't how that shit supposed to go. Let's take religions for example. Let's just take religion for example. This is not the primary reason, but one of the reasons, because there are many, why I'm not religious, why I'm more spiritual than religion. Religion has tried their best to deplete women out of the equation, out of Christianity, out of baptism. They have tried to delete women out of the history of it. There was a time where women were worshipped and women were gods and they were pharaohs and they had very large, important leadership roles. Now, why should there be the depletion of women when life comes through us? And I'm not just talking about through the womb, all the way through the tongue. We can speak life and death through the tongue. I mean, come on, help me. Why isn't the Pope, the highest man in the church, Why is the not just the Pope, who are all these motherfucking Christian motherfuckers, you know, why they not allowed to be married? Why shouldn't they be married? Now the motherfucking altar boys is subject to his motherfucking prey, subject to be his prey, because he is motherfucking sexually frustrated. Maybe it was in him all the time. I don't know. Who really knows? But I do know that if he is able to serve the Creator and still be considered divine, why he can't be if he's married? Why not? Who made that the fuck up? That, because you know, when you get married now, you get married under God. You get married in front of witnesses, right? Okay? And the preacher, the reverend, is given the word to be able to seal the marriage, right? He's supposed to be a representative of God, and he seals the marriage. So why is it that he cannot, the Pope can't be married? Why is it that the Virgin is so highly valued, and then once the virginity is broken, all of a sudden she's devalued? I'm confused. And this goes on and on, like throughout our culture. It's passed down throughout our culture, because somehow or another, our men doesn't hold the equivalent value of women that they expect the women to hold them in. The men expect to be highly valued, to where as though they don't give our women the same value. And their first defense is cultural differences. Oh, you know, I'm with a white woman because, you know, she's submissive. Or I'm with a Spanish girl because even though she cursed me out, knowing that she was raised to be submissive. And I'm just trying to understand if these same men, do not understand the dynamics in which our culture have suffered. A lot of our sisters had no motherfucking choice but to be strong, because the men was removed from the household. So if we did not step up to keep the household together, where the head go, the body follow, the household would then fall. The children would be out of fucking place. No place to go, no place to be, not loved properly, not raised properly, because there was already one part of the equation removed from the household. The same strength that you don't like in your woman is the same strength that your mama, your grandmama, your auntie, whoever was strong enough to take you on as a responsibility if you were not a direct part of their responsibility. Whoever took you under the wing used that same strength to do the best they could in raising you. And now you look at the very women who have an interest in you, and you want to demean them for that same strength. Wow. And if she do not do what you tell her to do, there's conflict in the relationship. Wow. And so it equivalates to me as y'all niggas out here doing a whole bunch of unnecessary shit. Unnecessary shit. Women are not physically stronger than men, but we do have a strength of our own that should be considered a contribution to the relationship. Why is it frowned upon? Why is it a threat to you? If you the motherfucking man that you say you are, what's so threatening about my strength? You have an ego. Right. So do we. The only difference that I could see right now with women is that we don't allow our pride and ego to get in the way of love. As a matter of fact, our pride and ego is stepped on in love, because when it comes down to loving our man or choosing our pride and our ego, we would always choose the love first. We will always choose the love first. We are not that prideful not to. We put our pride aside when it comes to that type of ultimatum. Can't no motherfucking man. I need you to get this. Can't no motherfucking man tell a woman how to be a motherfucking woman. Stop being unnecessary, y'all. Be necessary. Do the fucking work that it takes for you to heal them holes in your manhood. So when you get a woman, not only will you value her and appreciate her, the same way you want to be valued and appreciated. But you could be a motherfucking power team, a power couple. Don't be afraid of success. A lot of people talk that shit. They talk that motherfucking shit. But ultimately, afraid of success. You afraid of life success? You afraid of relationship success? And don't tell me that you're not when you sit here and sabotage everything that's good in your life. Do some work. Do some inner work. Don't be afraid of it. Do some inner work. Why are you with that person? Do that person bring out the best in you? Really? That's what the fuck is up. They bring out the best in you. So why don't you treat them accordingly? Do you think they bring out the best in you because they go on by the rules and guidelines that you set up for the relationship? Everybody have a different love language. Is the language that they're speaking and being themselves compatible and conducive to your lifestyle and being who you are? Because relationships are supposed to be two separate people, two separate entities coming and conjoining together and being able to make it work in order to sustain. Like their love, their differences are able to sustain them. It's not just their similarities. Even their differences can sustain them. Because the differences should be able to create some type of balance. You understand? Where I'm weak at, you got me. Where you falter at, I got you. That's the way it should be. But I see all of these channels keep popping up, right? And it's solely about men and how women should be and what they are willing and not willing to accept from women, and how women should conduct themselves if they want to be with them. My only thing is that you are choosing another person outside of yourself. So unless you are able to fulfill all of your heart's desires alone, don't motherfucking tell me how to be. The only one that can tell me how to be and help me work on correction is the Creator. And I just want y'all to, I just want y'all to think about it, because I do believe there's a lot of our men that love our women, that's protectors, providers, whether they're alpha or beta males, none of that matters. If your relationship is working, then I love it and I respect it and I definitely appreciate it, because that fucking means that the statistics are wrong. And that gives people like me hope when the statistics are fucking wrong. If you're the man and everything is working well out for your woman, and if you're the woman in a relationship and everything is working out in your relationship according, now there's no perfection. I'm not having this conversation with y'all for perfection. Perfection is non-existent. Which is why all of these motherfucking men that keep telling women how to be women, that's why the relationships still end up not fucking working. Because in your mind, you have fathomed some type of woman that you deem to be perfect. And so the woman that you feel like you're choosing, if she's not fitting the criteria that you set up in your mind, that means that she's not perfect. And now you're saying that the relationship is going to have conflict. And you're not willing to consider or sacrifice parts of yourself or make changes. Everything that you're expecting her to do to be with you, you are not reciprocating for you to keep her and to stay with her and to be with her. And it just makes me wonder if you really even give a fuck. You know? But that's just one to grow on. I just wanted to say that. I am feeling better. I'm on my way to the money. And, y'all have a blessed day. All right? Have a blessed day. Have a blessed night. And we'll get up.